Hello Capricorn and welcome to Sincere Tarot. This is your What Do You Need to Know for April tarot reading, and your energy is the Queen of Cups. So you may be well underway, something that is very an emotionally satisfying project. This might have to do with a water sign female. Let's see what this month has in store for you. So what does Capricorn need to know for April? Let's see. Ooh, we've got quite a number of major arcanas. It's going to be a spiritually kind of intense month. Wow. Okay. So we had in the past rejuvenation, a huge wake-up call, it could have been a judgment, but it's almost like you were born anew, right? Like a new phase of your life. You are coming up as the Empress, so very strong, very powerful in the divine feminine. This is kind of what I'm feeling right now. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like for most of you, okay, obviously the genders might be opposite or whatever, but I'm just going to speak as if you're female, okay? So what you need to know about is this Knight of Pentacles. So someone who is reliable, dependable, and potentially younger than you. And if you're a male, this might be you, for example. But anyways, it could also represent kind of the beginning type stages of a investment in the physical or something to do with work, all right? But I'm going to speak as if this is a male person, a younger male, or at least more mature, even if they're not younger in age. The energy in between is the Chariot, so I feel like both of you are quite focused on one another, and yeah, very focused on one another, and maybe you kind of realize that you both wanted to somehow be in each other's lives in the recent past. Outcome! Disappointed, okay? I'm sorry. I feel like they're just a little bit too young, or a little bit, not that, too immature for you, all right? I feel like both of you are going to walk away disappointed. By the way, the outcome, this is a minor arcana, so it could change, right? But this is just the strongest timeline at this present moment, okay, when you're watching this video. Look, I feel like you are not willing to really make a big risk. You're not really, you kind of have your walls up. You're not really putting yourself out there. And I think he's going to wait so long. But, if you feel like you've been hurt before and you're okay, well, I don't want to get hurt again, so I'm going to put a big wall up against my heart, then you're almost creating your destiny, if that makes sense. I feel like this person will be patient and wait, but they're not going to wait that long. But also, maybe they're just not the right person for you. But that's only really for you to decide. Let's get some clarification cards for Capricorn. And this could have something to do with work, by the way. Yeah, or potentially the physical body. Okay, so I feel like I kind of have a feeling it's in the recent past that you two realized that there might be something, and there were lots of messages, so potentially you were talking online or over the phone a lot before actually meeting or something like that. Or maybe it was over not in person, that you both let each other know, or one of you let the other know that they liked you. I feel that there's just a bit of rose-tinted glasses when it comes to looking at this person, because since you didn't really get to know each other that much in person, it's the way of the world right now, unfortunately, I feel like you had this overlay of what your Prince Charming would look like, and you put it on that person, but it wasn't necessarily, gonna happen. I feel like this whole situation has ended before it started. It's as soon as it started, that's when the beginning was written in this book, in this story. Yeah, so it's the forward moving energy is over. So if you're oh, we've only just started, it's done. It's gone as far as it's going to go energetically. Potentially, okay. I think this person was just not really willing to make the move. They weren't really willing to more than just kind of somewhat dip their toes in there. More talk than action, potentially. Maybe you thought they were a safe bet because you're kind of more successful than them and more established. But yeah, I just think, yeah, it just seems like it's not, at this present time at least, looking like it's going to work out. I feel like both of you might kind of be in denial for some point, for some time, that, you know, that this is the way that it is, that it's just going to be like one of the other person. I feel like might be the one to walk away. I feel like you kind of right now have your heart closed off to kindred spirits and love. And, you know, when we get hurt and when we feel vulnerable, it is natural to us in a certain way for us to do that, because we don't want to get hurt again. That sucks. So you really need to kind of like heal your hurt and pain when it comes to this connection, you know, this thing that you have. I feel like you're not quite ready yet to have, like, all the parts of you are not, there's a part of you that's not ready to be fully committed in a romantic relationship. This could represent friendship or a business partnership as well, by the way. And, you know, I feel like this person liked you, but it may have been more like just a crush, not like lifetime devotion. I think that they, you know, they express their emotion to you, but not like, it's not like an overflow of emotion. And I think they were more like liking the idea of what this could be, which I feel like you were too before. But yeah, let's get one more clarification card for the outcome. Yeah, there's just no one's really willing to put their guard down that much. It's a little bit too much walls, because, you know, if we're gonna be in a romantic relationship, you know, those are the relationships I believe that we become the most vulnerable. Both people have to let their guard down, and I didn't really see that happening. I see you are a little bit closed off, and then the other person just kind of dipping their toes. So yeah, let's get some advice. All right, advice for Capricorn. Interesting. Wow. Okay, cool. This is interesting. So we've got the Justice card. I'm kind of feeling you might want to like look into the you might want to look at this whole situation logically. You might want to, for example, learn about attachment styles, or like, you know, if there was certain, you know, trauma from your childhood, like how that might affect your attachment styles, or just like the psychology of relationships. I feel like maybe taking a step back and almost like studying your relationship patterns and things like that from an objective, emotionally detached perspective, almost like you're a scientist in a way. That might really help you. The second advice card is the Magician, which means you can have the life and the relationship that you want, right? It's just you need to have like all aspects of your life in balance, really. Yeah, and an open mind. All right, third advice card, we've got the Six of Swords. You have healed a lot. Like sometimes when people heal a lot, they're like, okay, I'm done now, but I'm sorry. If we're still alive on this planet right now, there's more integration and healing and exploring of our shadow that we can do, okay? Because if that ever ends, then we die, and you know what I mean. We don't need to be here anymore. This is the learning planet, okay? So if you're here right now, you're listening to my video, you still have some learning to do, okay? And yes, you've healed a lot, you've overcome a lot, you've come over, like, healed most of what you need to do, but not everything, okay? Fourth advice card, the Two of Swords. I feel like you're not quite ready yet. It's like there's a waiting period, and it might have to do with your perspective and your communication with other people. I feel like this, I'm kind of getting the energy that, you know, when you see, what is it, those two, like when stags butt heads and then their antlers get locked, it's almost like that's a representation of how you communicate with people sometimes, and we need to find something different, but that's just kind of how it is right now. So you might want to like learn about communication and compatibility from a psychological, like analytical, logical perspective. I think that would be really helpful for you. If you'd like a private reading, send me an email or check out my website. That's all in the description below. You can also follow me on social media. Thanks to everyone who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, and if you're still here, secret bonus card, Temperance. Everything will happen in divine time, not when we think things should happen in our logical, well, ego mind. I love ego gray, but sometimes, anyways. Everything will happen in divine timing. Patience is a virtue. And usually the divine timing is way later than what we think it is. But it will happen when it's meant to happen, okay? Have a great month. Bye.